Welcome back, guys. Game week 6 isn't even fully finished yet. We've still got one match to go, but I'm already sitting on 62 points, and honestly, I'll take that all day. The wildcard seems to have paid off, finally. Of course, the big story is Erling Haaland. Massive haul, absolute machine. The guy basically carried my game week on his back, and I'm not complaining. On the flip side, the football gods clearly have a sense of humor, because some of those Villa assets I binned on Wildcard suddenly decided to remember how to play football. Classic FPL, right? Still, overall I'm feeling good about where the team is heading. The structure looks right, the picks are paying off more often than not, and at least for once, I'm not staring down another painful red arrow. In today's video, I'll take you through the squad, player by player, share my thoughts on their performances, and we'll talk a bit about where we go from here heading into the next game week. All right, let's kick things off at the back with my keeper, Nick Pope. Exactly as I predicted, it was a tight one against Arsenal, cagey game, neither side giving much away, and then Arsenal go and snatch it right at the death. Mixed feelings, honestly. On one hand, I was annoyed because Newcastle deserved more out of that. On the other, it wasn't Victor getting the goal or the assist, so at least I didn't get double punished since I benched him. Pope walks away with 2 points, which isn't glamorous, but considering how solid Newcastle's defense still looks, I'm not worried. He's in there for the long haul. Next up, Mickey van der Ven. Just 2 points in what ended up being a very disappointing 1-1 draw against Wolves. Spurs didn't exactly cover themselves in glory, looked flat, looked short of ideas, and it's not the kind of performance you want to see when you've tripled up on their assets, like I have. Still, Van der Ven has looked solid overall this season, and for 4.7 million, he's a budget gem. But I'll admit, I'll be keeping a much closer eye on Spurs from here on out. Then we've got Gabriel. What a hero. 13 points, goal right at the end of the match. Absolute beast mode. The guy is such a threat on set pieces. You can just see it coming sometimes. And when he finally converts, it feels like a cheat code. That's exactly why I wanted him in on the wild card. Arsenal are rock solid at the back, and when you add that attacking threat on top, you're basically printing points. Absolutely buzzing with that return. And lastly, William Saliba. This one was a bit disappointing, didn't start, only came on for a single point, and when you see Gabriel hauling on the other side, it stings a little bit more. That said, I'm not panicking at all. Saliba's nailed, he'll play the majority of matches, and Arsenal's fixtures still make him a top-tier pick. If anything, I'm just chalking this one up as bad timing. He'll come good over the long run. Moving on to the midfield, and we start with Antoine Semenyo. What a guy. 7 points, another goal, and honestly, he just keeps on giving. Every week he looks lively, he's clearly Bournemouth's main man, and he's turning into one of the best value picks in the game right now. When you've got a cheap midfielder consistently getting attacking returns, it frees up so much cash for the rest of the squad. Super happy with him, and he's quickly becoming one of those players I trust enough to just leave in the 11 and not overthink. Next up, Tijani Reinders. 2 points at home against Burnley. Not exactly what I was hoping for, especially considering it was Burnley who've looked leaky most of the season. Bit disappointing, but at the end of the day, this guy is in the team for one reason: he's dirt cheap. He's my budget enabler, and if he occasionally pops up with an assist or a cheeky bonus point, I'll take it. For now, I'm not going to complain too much. He lets me spend big elsewhere. And then, Bruno Fernandes, the cursed Man United player, strikes again. Honestly, I should have known better. He gets the penalty. I'm thinking I finally hit gold. Easy haul incoming. No way this can go wrong. He steps up, takes it, and the keeper saves it. And it wasn't even a good pen either. Just a terrible moment all round. That miss takes him down to -1 point. And to make it worse, I had seriously considered benching him for Senesi, who of course goes and scores 7 points. Classic FPL. You win some, you lose some, and when it comes to United, I feel like I'm losing more often than not. Next up, we've got Mohamed Kudus. Just 2 points in that 1-1 draw with Wolves, and honestly, a bit disappointing. Spurs looked pretty flat overall, and I was hoping Kudus would be the spark, the guy who could break through with his runs and energy. He's been buzzing around defenses all season, but once again, there was just no end product. That's the worry with him. He looks great on the pitch, dangerous every time he's on the ball, but it's not translating into FPL points yet. I'll give him more time because the fixtures are still really good, but he's firmly on my watch list for potential changes if Spurs don't pick it up. And then finally, Iliman Ndiaye. Still a game to play for Everton, so fingers crossed he can get me something. He's been looking sharp so far this season on penalties and involved in most of the good attacking moves they put together. At 6.5 million, he's a tidy option, and I'm hoping he can finish the game week strong for me. All right, moving on to the forwards, and let's start with Richarlison. Honestly, a really disappointing 2-pointer against Wolves, and it's not just about the scoreline. Spurs as a whole looked flat. That 1-1 draw just didn't inspire confidence at all. I was hoping he could be that explosive punt in my front line, someone who's not highly owned, but capable of big hauls when Spurs click. Instead, it just ended up being another frustrating blank. The worrying part is that this is now a couple of weeks where Spurs haven't looked quite as sharp going forward, which makes my triple up on their assets feel a little risky. That said, I don't want to be too reactionary. Richarlison is still getting into good positions, he still has the fixtures, and importantly, he has that flexibility to play both centrally and on the wings, so he should keep getting minutes. But yeah, this week was a letdown, and it's definitely something I'll keep an eye on in the next couple of matches. Now, on the complete opposite end of the spectrum, let's talk about Erling Haaland. 2 goals, 1 assist, 16 points, and of course I had the armband on him, which means 32 points from one player alone. That's literally half my game week score right there, and this is why I made the Salah to Haaland switch on the Wildcard. It just felt inevitable that he would explode, and he didn't disappoint. Watching him play, it's just scary. Every time City are in the final third, Haaland looks like he's about to score. He doesn't need a lot of touches, he doesn't need to be flashy, he just punishes defenses with that movement, strength, and finishing. And this is the thing, while Salah still has his moments and will always find points out of nowhere, Haaland feels unavoidable right now. I'm genuinely relieved to finally have him in my team, because going without him is basically playing FPL with one hand tied behind your back. So yeah, the Salah to Haaland move 100% paid off, and he's locked into my team for the foreseeable future. No regrets there whatsoever. Alright, let's quickly run through the bench. First up, Dubravka with 1 point. Honestly, nothing surprising there against a strong, informed City side. I didn't expect him to return much, and he didn't. Then we've got the one little miss of the game week, and that's Senesi. He ended up with 7 points, sitting on my bench, which is never nice to see. Not ideal, but also not the end of the world. You can't get every single decision right, and honestly, it's not a crisis, just one of those classic FPL moments. Next, Gudmundsson with 1 point. Again, no shock there against Bournemouth. I wasn't counting on him for a clean sheet, so that's pretty much what I expected. And lastly, Victor benched him against Newcastle, which turned out to be the right call. just 2 points, so I'm happy with that decision. Sometimes the big choice on the bench actually works out, and this week it definitely did. So overall, I've got to say I'm really happy with how this game week has gone so far. Sitting at 62 points with one game still to play, I feel like the wildcard move has paid off. Sure, not every single player delivered. We had blanks from Spurs assets, Saliba didn't start, and Bruno gave us that painful penalty miss. But at the same time, we got some huge wins. Gabriel absolutely smashing it with a goal, Semenyo continuing to deliver great value, and of course the big one, bringing Haaland in and handing him the armband. That alone made the wildcard feel 100% worth it. What I really like now is the structure of my team going forward. I feel flexible. I've got a good mix of safe picks and a couple of punts that could come good, and the players I've brought in have strong fixtures ahead. Yes, there will always be a couple of headaches, but that's FPL. You can't win them all. So yeah, overall, really positive about this wildcard. We'll see how the final match goes, and then it's all about planning ahead for game week 7. Hopefully the green arrows keep coming, and we can keep building momentum from here. If you've enjoyed the video, make sure to drop a like and subscribe to the channel. It really helps me out. And let me know in the comments how your wildcard went, if you played it, or if you're planning to use it in the coming weeks. I'll catch you all in the next one.